Hey guys, Glockster42. Well, it's an absolutely gorgeous late September day and we're out mule deer hunting. It's warm. I doubt if any of the animals will be moving, but what the hell. It's better to be out here in the boonies than sitting at home in the city. So I'm going to show you my hunting camp here. First of all, we'll start with the transportation. This is my Honda 300 quad. I've had this old girl since about 97. It's a 1990 vintage model. It looks pretty rough, but by golly, the engine, the transaxles, the tires and wheels, the running gear is top-notch, first-rate shape. It doesn't get a lot of use. I don't go out and do a lot of recreational riding with it. It's a workhorse. It goes out when I go hunting. It's used to retrieve animals. It's just been a workhorse. I've had it since 97. It was just in the shop here once last week for a little electrical issue that I had no idea, and it was under $200 fix. So when you look at a vehicle that you've had since 1997, and other than the original purchase price, you've got $200 in repairs in it, you know, you've got something. All right, moving over here, we've got my new to me Dodge 2500 extended cab long box. Now my old Ford finally packed her in last time we were out here last summer, and I just wasn't going to put any more money into it, and I looked around. We got burned on a couple other vehicles at dealerships, and we found this at a great little dealership just south of the city. And I did not put the lift kit on nor the big tires. It all came with the lift kit and the big tires. It does exactly what I needed. The long box, I can get the quad in and all my stuff, the extended cab, all the extras inside. It's got a front push guard, which I'll show you here in a bit, that I can put a winch in. It has brand spanking new, I believe they're 35-inch Hankook mud tires with really nice alloy wheels. It's a little underpowered with the big tires, with the quad and pulling the trailer, but you know what? It gets the job done. And another thing, it's a 2001. It didn't cost me an arm and a leg, and by Christmas it'll be paid for. So there you go. I would have loved to have had a big old Ford 2012 Ford F350 diesel like I drive at work, but there's no way I was going to get into that kind of coin. So that's the wheel. So let's reposition the camera and I'll show you my sleep facilities. Well, there's some more vintage gear for you guys. That's a 1977 Travel Air 17-foot trailer. It ain't fancy. I've had this one. I was second owner. Another piece that I bought, and we bought this in '95. And it ain't great. It ain't pretty, but boy, it sure gets the job done. It keeps you warm at night, keeps the rain off, keeps your feet dry, and everything tidy. New propane bottles up front. The stove works great. The fridge works on propane. Unfortunately, the furnace burned out on me quite a few years ago. So I'll show you inside and what we've done to keep ourselves warm in the wintertime. All right, here's the interior of this old girl. Everything is original curtains, flooring, cabinetry, and curtains. It's getting a little rough, you know, harvest gold and all that kind of good stuff, but the burners still work. The oven works. It's got a gas electric stove made in Sweden that still works. The furnace is down there, forced air. Unfortunately, it's crapped out quite a few years ago. The water pump over here for the sink, it gave up the ghost, and there's a leak in the tank. So we don't use the water tank. So we pack our own water. Bit of a pain, but that's what we have to do. You've got a fairly good sized bed, little snug for two adults, but the wife and I make it work when we come out. There's another bed up top if you want, but I generally use that for storage. It works great as a shelf for your catch-alls. Now when my wife and son come out, wife and I sleep over there, and this table up front folds down for a really actually quite comfortable bed. If I have another hunting buddy come out, or somebody else, we pop that down and that makes a great little table there. There's nice shelves around there, shelves up top, shelves all the way around the top, and of course electric light. Now I'll tell you a story. I don't have any 12-volt lighting, unfortunately. My dear old dad, when he was doing a little bit of modification to the trailer, snipped one of the lines, so I don't even bother with the battery backup. And the reason when the lines got snipped, we took the toilet out. There used to be a bathroom right here, which never ever got used. It was just a total waste of space. So what we did was we pulled the bathroom out. We, as you can see, we cut this wall out here, and we cut it down here. And this was the opening was right along this side here. We pulled that out, opened it right up, put some fireboard behind it. Two double layer of fireboard behind the tin, a double layer of fireboard up here. Didn't paint it or anything. Finished it up, and we put one of these great airtight heaters in here. Chimney going up through the roof. We got it set up so it doesn't leak. And you know, when we get the fire going, we take all the wood out and stack it outside. And this will keep the trailer going. You usually have to get up once in the middle of the night to stoke up the fire. But you know, when you're a guy pushing 50, you're probably going to have to get up once a night anyway, just to take care of nature. So that's not a big deal. And in fact, when the generator's going, we set up a little fan on there, and it circulates the warm air around here. This trailer is toasty warm. You can sit in here in your shorts and t-shirt and sandals and 30 below. I know, because I've done that a couple hunting seasons ago. So here's the inside of this trailer. Now up top there you can see the chimney. It does its job. It keeps the rain out and it disperses the sparks and the smoke. Works like a darn. So over on this side there's the back end of the big vent here. This is the fridge. There's the furnace vent that's never open. Now this is not ideal. I'm going to have to change around this. We've got two jerry cans next to a spark source right there. Not a good idea. These jerry cans are going to have to get moved. I just threw them out here just to get them wrapped up to go hunting. And what I've got here is a 3500 watt wind power generator. It's basically a Chinese knockoff of a Honda. It acts just like a Honda. It starts on the single pull every time. It's run in 35 below Celsius weather. It goes, and it was quite a few years. I've only had this 2 years, and I love it. I don't know how I ever went without a gen set. I just love having the generator. And we always used to use always used to use the gas lanterns inside, which is pretty dangerous, and you have to be very careful with it. And the gen set just rocks. I wouldn't be without it. And the best thing of it is, I bought it from a friend at work for $150. Brand new, still in the box. He bought it for his trailer, but wasn't good enough for him. He had to go buy a genuine Honda. So yeah, I got that for a good deal. So anyway, as you can see, most of my stuff is vintage, but the big thing of it is, it may not be the newest, it may not be the prettiest, but it's paid for. Other than my truck, which will be, I want to say 2 more months, and she's going to be all done up. You know, it had a few little issues. We had to put a throttle control sensor on it. That went out. The dealer who I bought it from, he did that for me gratis. Otherwise, it'd have been about a $300 bill. It rides nice, even with the lift and the big tires. It handles really good. And I gotta show you this. My son picked this out. Yeah, I know, letting a 7-year-old pick out stickers. My wife freaked when she seen that. A Thug skull, Thug Life skull. But you know what? Every time you fuel this up, you die a little bit when you pay that pump price. I just filled this up, and it was $132 Canadian to fill this up here the other day. And we've got cheap gas prices in Alberta. So anyway, guys, there's my stuff. There's my hunting camp, and we'll get out here in the next little bit, and hopefully we can snag ourselves a mule deer. Thanks for coming along. Later, guys.